Hello! In this video, we will go over how to successfully plan an event for your club or organization. This video is meant as a guide to both the HeartLink form as well as some important steps to consider when planning a quality event at Hartwick. Everything you need to plan a successful event for your club can be found on HeartLink at heartlink.hartwick.edu. The first step in planning a successful event is talking with your executive board and club about the expectations of the event. Together, you should brainstorm who you want to come to the event, what the event is, how many people you expect to come to the event, and where you want the event to occur, among other considerations. When you are done creating this outline, it is time to start reserving spaces and filling out the event registration form on HeartLink. When you log into HeartLink, you first need to go to the page of the club that you are registering this event with. There are several ways to access your club's page, but the one we will use today is the See All My Organizations link on the home page of HeartLink. When you click on this button, you will be taken to a list of all the organizations at Hartwick that you are a member of. From here, you see all the clubs that you are both a member of and are on the executive board of. You would then click on the club that is sponsoring the event. In this case, we are making an event for Harry Potter Club. When you click on Harry Potter Club, you can see a drop-down menu with more information about the club. You would then click on the organization site, and this will take you to Harry Potter Club's page. Next, you would select the Event tab from the list of options across the top of the page. This will take you to a button where you can select Create Event. This opens up a form on HeartLink that you will fill out to submit the event. This form should be as detailed as possible about the event that you intend to plan, and depending on the type of event, will prompt you with different questions. On the first page of this form, you will fill in the title of the event, the theme of the event, as well as the description. This information is important because it will tell potential attendees information about the event on HeartLink. After the description, you will include the date and time of the event as well as where the event will be located. If an event is a recurring event, such as tabling, you can add multiple dates and times within this form. Next, you can customize who can see the event and who can RSVP. This allows you to change the level of visibility for the event. If it is shown to anyone in the world, it can be seen by anyone who accesses the HeartLink page without logging in. You can also select event categories. Here you can tag what type of event it is. If it's an academic event or part of the campus theme, you can select those options among others. You can also let guests know what perks there are to attending the event, such as free food or free stuff. This is also important to mark because it will show up on the app Quark, which shows all of the events registered in HeartLink that are happening at Hartwick. On this page, you can also let us know if you are collaborating with other clubs on the event. This is important so that we know if multiple clubs are working together and making purchases together, and means that not all clubs participating need to fill out the event registration. Next, if you have a flyer for the event, you can upload it now. Flyers will show the opportunity board, which is on the home page of HeartLink. If you don't have a flyer when you first fill out this form, you can go back and add it later. Flyers should be as catchy as possible because they are going to be what encourages students to click on your event and learn more about it. After the flyer is uploaded, the next page will ask you to identify the type of organization that is putting the event on. You will always select club or organization. Honor societies are considered to be clubs or organizations because they are recognized by Student Senate. They are not Greek organizations. Next, you will be brought to a page with a blue box with information about event guidelines. Please read these blue boxes carefully as they provide important information about registering events at Hartwick. Not reading these blue boxes carefully may result in your event not being approved or the approval process taking longer because steps were missed. This page serves primarily as a reminder that event and purchase requests need to be submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the event taking place. There are, on average, 70 clubs and organizations at Hartwick, most of which are extremely active, which means that the sooner you submit your requests, the smoother the process. Also, please note that you cannot make purchases until the event registration has been submitted. So if you are going on a trip and need to reserve hotel rooms, this reservation cannot be done until you have submitted the event registration for the trip. Also, please note that all club meetings, speakers, tabling, fundraisers, off-campus trips, and programs are considered events. Even if you are not making purchases, you need to register the event in Hartwick. Once you've checked off the box below the blue box, the next page is the form about Lead at Hartwick. Please read this blue box carefully to determine whether or not your event applies. If you have questions, reach out to Campus Activities. The next page asks you what type of event you are putting on. This video will go through the process of an on-campus event, but please note that there are other types of events that do get put on, such as off-campus trips, which include overnight trips and conferences, a speaker coming to campus, as well as interest and club meetings. The event that Harry Potter Club is putting on is an on-campus program. This means that it is taking place at Hartwick and is open to the campus community. Once you've selected the type of event, you will be brought to a page that provides you with a checklist on the details you need to consider to make the event successful. A reminder that catering requests and room requests also need to be 2 weeks in advance. This blue box has links to contacting other offices that you need for these reservations. For example, you can reserve your room by clicking on the link. This will open another tab in your browser and allow you to fill out the room reservation form. This form is currently hosted on Hartwick's website. Please note that the earlier you fill this out, the greater the likelihood that you will get your first choice space. This form is used by all departments at Hartwick, so please note that just because a club doesn't have the space, it may be used for another campus event or a class. If there are questions or concerns about the space of your event, please contact Campus Activities for help. If you have already filled out these forms prior to the event registration, you can move on to the next page after checking the box. The next page will ask you to confirm your room reservation. If the space has been confirmed, you can mark yes. If you have not received confirmation that your space is available, please mark no. If it is not, you will be prompted again with a reminder to submit the room reservation. The next question is about fundraising. If you intend to do fundraising for your organization or charity, you would mark yes here. I strongly advise you to email Campus Activities prior to filling out this form if you are doing a fundraiser. There are guidelines that the college must follow when permitting a fundraiser, and to ensure that your club's idea falls within these guidelines, the process will be smoother if you reach out to Campus Activities prior to filling out this form. The next question is about SMR or reallocation. If you are going to submit an SMR with this event, which is a request to Student Senate for funds that are not within your budget, or if you're going to be moving money from different budget lines within this form, you need to click yes. If you are using money that is already in your club's budget, you would say no. The next question will ask you if you are using money from your budget. If the answer is yes, mark yes. If you are not using any money for the event, say no. If there are purchases made by the club associated with the event in any way, you need to say yes to this page or to the previous question about SMRs and reallocations. If you are using money from your club, the next page will remind you to fill out a purchase request. Reminder that you must fill out this request 2 weeks in advance. Student Senate funds cannot be used for expedited shipping. This brings us to the end of the event registration form. Here you can see a summary page with all of the different pages that you have filled out throughout the form. If you think you've made a mistake or need to fix something, you can click on the page titles here and go back to that specific page. If not, you can hit Submit Now. The Coordinator of Clubs and Organizations, Senate Treasurer, and Director of Campus Activities meet twice a week to approve event requests. When you submit this form, you will receive an email from Hartwick letting you know that it has been submitted. This is not approval of the event. When the event is approved, you will receive a second email from Hartwick saying so. If there are questions about your event prior to its approval, you may receive emails from Senate or Campus Activities requesting more information. Please note that the form was not for an on-campus event. For off-campus events, you will be asked more specific questions about where the club is going and who is going on the trip. You need to have addresses and names of all event attendees when filling out this form. This form is also how you would reserve Senate vans. So, the sooner you fill out the form, the greater the likelihood that you will be able to reserve this in advance and get cheaper hotel prices. Finally, once again, please remember to submit at least 2 weeks in advance. Make sure you are reserving spaces on campus and that you submit purchase requests with your event registrations. Also, do not forget that the planning of your event does not stop with this form. Advertising is so important to ensure that students attend the event. You can use physical flyers around campus, use methods of campus communication such as hilltops or other digital communications, chalk, and especially utilizing the opportunity board on Hartlink are all great ways to get the word out about your event. If you have questions about advertisements or are unsure of where you can and cannot advertise, please reach out to Campus Activities. This concludes this video on planning an event at Hartwick. If you have questions, please reach out to Campus Activities or the coordinator of clubs and organizations with the email addresses on this screen.